Good morning everyone. I'm back in the workshop and welcome to part 2 of this Yamaha rebuild. I have the Yamaha XJ600 now in the garage. I'm just looking at it and we're going to do a few little things to it today. I just want to show you a few little things that I have already noticed. Now in there, I don't know if you can see, we put on some lights here. I have found some nuts. So there has been a mouse in here eating his way around. Now I hope we didn't nibble on the wiring too much. It's all looking very nice and clean in here. A little bit of rust on the top of that bracket there, but on the whole there is actually no rust on this bike whatsoever. Now if we look in here, the mice had their little nest in here, and there was this rag here. We can actually see some mice shit in there, so I'm gonna have to clean all that out. And right, so what we've done is we've taken out the spark plugs, and I took out the spark plugs last night and put in around about 5 mils of motor oil, 10W40. It actually takes 20W40, but it doesn't really matter what you need. I just wanted to get that oil around the pistons and the piston rings and the barrels, so that on the initial startup I'm not going to scrape the bore. So we put in a battery in yesterday, and again on this side here I took out all 4 spark plugs, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to check the compression. Now what wasn't working was the start button here didn't actually react whatsoever. I just sprayed a little bit of contact spray in here, and that sort of freed up the matter, and after about 20 times it actually, we just see it actually turned over, so the electrics are working. And we just try that out now. Yes, that's working nicely. And we just check out the lights. Wow, left, right, indicators. Let's have a look at the lights. That's not on yet, so that's stand, yes. And that should be full beam. Might not work unless the hold on a second, if you flash them they do. Not working? No, headlight is not working yet. The things are on. Oh, it should be working actually. It should be on. It's a little bit, that's a bit stiff, it's not coming out properly. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to just put on some contact. Yeah, it's not coming back. It should flick back. Right, so we have the pass light. Let's just see if what's happening to our lights. I'm not actually getting any lights whatsoever now. I had an initial light on, didn't I? That's working. High, low. So that's the brake light. Yeah, the rear light is working. And just see if the brake light is working. Let's see, that's quite an easy fix anyway. The front brake light won't work, but it's clicking, as you can hear. You can actually get new mirrors. The original ones here, I actually like these. I think they fit to the bike and to the era. So they're around about 34 euros each. I'm going to be ordering 2 of them, because as you can see they are starting to get really quite bad. Or is that just dirt? That could be just dirt. These are fading away, and yeah, new mirrors would be nice on that. You can get quite a few new parts for the bike, and I'll be ordering quite a bit for the bike, and New tires, definitely. New brakes, definitely. And I'm going to be changing out all the fluids, but I just want to get the bike initially started to know where I am with the bike. I do have a spare engine, so if all hell breaks loose, I can change out the engine, but I would prefer if this one would run. Now I'm going to check the compression. One of these babies will do. Baby there. Which one are we going to use? Use a smaller one. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little rag. Make sure no dirt is on that there, which is going to eventually get into the hole. If you get your finger directly onto it, you can wipe away from the hole. That's it there, so that we don't get any grit and grime. Let's do the outside one first. And see what we get there. Can I get it in anywhere here? You have a bit of a view of that there. Let's see what sort of compression we're running here. So that went right up to the top there. I didn't do it on an open throttle, so that is 230, 240. That is a good compression, and I'll just get that with an open throttle now. I can smell the petrol. Should be a little bit more. Yes, 270. That is major. All right, happy with that. Let's hope they are all as good as that. So that's one good sign. The compression seems to be fine there on cylinder number 1. It's actually number 4. No, it's number 1. This can be a bit tricky, and you don't want to feck up your threads. Come on, baby, come on. I can't really see the angle I'm supposed to be. Come on. Bloody hell. Let's get a spark plug. Let's check that. I can sort of see the angle then when this is in. Oh, God, it's tricky. Tricky as hell. And there we have it. Right, I hope you can see this time. I'm going to do it from this side here. Oh, that's not quite as good. That's unfortunate. Let's try that again with an open throttle. Definitely tight. Yes, it is. I don't like that at all. Climb, Yeah, it's still climbing. That should go straight up there now. Yeah, you have it now. Yes, it's just not been running, so the compression is building up, and it should go up to straight up to 210 now. No, that's fine. 220. Right, it's still climbing. I'm happy with that. Yeah, we put some oil in. Now, what might have happened there is the piston rings were still a little bit stuck. And let's do the other side. Alrighty-o. I'm just going to leave the camera like that. Raise it up a little bit so you can see me. Let's do number 4. Easy to get onto the outside ones. And open throttle. And this yeah, the piston rings have now had a chance. 240 as well. Piston rings have now had a little bit of a chance to free themselves up a little bit. And I think the oil that I put in there as well has probably done its work overnight. It's a good idea to put it in overnight because it sort of seeps through then. And the last one, let's hope. So we're between 220 and 260. So I mean there is a bit of a difference there, but I reckon as soon as this bike gets running, that will all sort of adjust itself. So we don't have any issues there. That's one thing for certain, and that is very good news, because you don't know what you're buying when you buy a bike from people that you don't know. And there we go. Yeah, it's difficult to know if the bike has had a main bearing gone, or all that sounds like it's in order. Lovely bubbly. Right, well, those spark plugs can actually go back in, and I just want to show you actually the spark plugs. I don't know if you can see that the spark plugs are very grey. They're not black. That one looks all right. This one looks like it's been running a little bit lean, and yeah, the other side, I have a feeling that they were running a little bit lean. You can see that they are a little bit browny, but browny, grey, black. Not too black, that's the main thing, but maybe just a tick too lean. And these spark plugs are done. They're totally done. I'm going to put them back in because I don't have new ones as of yet. I'm going to be ordering all the parts tomorrow, but I'm just going to give them a little bit of a going over with the wire brush, just to get a decent bit of a spark, whatever I can get out of these spark plugs. That'll do it. I'm not even going to measure the gaps because they look alright. The gaps look alright, even though the plugs are fairly run down and the electrode in the middle is fairly burnt off. But I'm going to check now if we have spark here in all the plugs, which is our second mission for the day. So let's hope for a spark. Yeah, one in there. And get this one in here. And let's try this side first. I could do it. Yeah. Right, we have a beautiful spark there. I'm just going to zoom and hope that you can actually see those sparks. Yeah, great spark there. And let's try the other side. Oh, that spark goes over here. There we go. So, and yes. And oh, where's it? Oh, yeah, we have great spark on all the lovely blue spark. So that's amazing. Right, our next venture will be taking off the tank today. I'm going to have a look at the air filter, and I'd probably take off the carbs, and because as soon as I turned on the petrol, which was very smelly, the carbs leaked out. So I can imagine the needle valve is either stuck on one of them, and probably the carbs are fairly gunked up. So yeah, well, that's our next job today. So before I go any further, I want to get rid of the mice shit. The mouse shit. Right, I'm going to get the tank off. So now we can have a proper look at the fuel tank. Just get a torch. Right. Huh? Just when you use the tank actually looks bloody brand new. Christ almighty. Looks like brand new to me. Crystal clear. Right, let's get the petrol out of there. My trusty can. Let's get a bit of pipe. Could be too fat. Let's get that shit out of here. The old fuel is flowing out. Right. I just want to get this battery in nicely so that it doesn't fall out on me when we're starting it. Oh, and then we have another nut. Any more nuts in there? Still a bit of dirt. So this is what she looks like. Frame looks absolutely beautiful. There is nothing wrong with this bike, and this carburetor has been opened before. Well, basically this side of it has. Maybe they've left that side there, but I always find it very funny to see that these were polished and these ones inside are not polished, because you don't see these ones. I'm going to be taking them off anyway. The diaphragms have to come out and we'll have to have a look at them. So we're now going on to the air filter, and that's hey, that's the bottom of the tank, isn't it? Yeah, that would have been at the base of that. Let's just get that into our box. There we go. And we put our nut in there as well. Yeah, so I took out about 30 nuts out of there. And look at that, engine's going to actually clean up beautifully, if you can see that there, ladies and gentlemen. That is all just dirt. I don't know if I'm going to paint the engine. What I don't like is I don't like the painted exhausts on it. So I might strip them down, take off the paint and polish them up again, because I just don't like painted exhausts. I know this one could have been black all the way, because it sort of looks like that's the way it was in those days. Anyway, let's have a look at it anyway. There has been nothing done to this bike. All these bolts seem to be as original. The carburetors actually look clean from the outside. So there's the Mikunis. The Mikunis, they're good. And the chain actually looks nice. The sprocket is a 44, there we are. And they're nicely edged, so there's no real wear and tear. I don't see any pull on either sides, any mega pull, because if that is worn out there, well, then you get them pointed here, and these have got a nice long edge to them, so that looks good to me. The chain actually looks alright. Little bits of rusty over a little bit, but it's actually quite well tensioned as well. So in all, looking at the bike, I'm going to paint the main stand and paint the side stands and